right, so we're going to make this quick recording for the kiddos that might be at home. I don't think we have anybody out necessarily with COVID, but just in case somebody's at home or they missed this or something, if you do go under classwork and you go under this week, I have the attachment for the atmosphere layers here that you can pull up at home. And you can see what it looks like when they did it. I'm doing mine on black paper because it blends into space. I think it's a little better. And everything that you would need here. The cool thing for the people at home is and they have way more facts in here than we're doing, right? Like, I'm not writing that much. So when I cut mine out, I whited out all of the words in there, and we're kind of doing this on our own. And we started off with the Exosphere, right? So those of you that didn't get all this wrote down, you can write it down while I'm still talking to the people at home. We started off with the Exosphere because that's the everybody. And the everybody thank Miss Saunders today, the way that we remember the layers of the atmosphere. This is the outermost layer, the fifth layer. It blends into space. Satellites orbit here. That's probably the most important fact. It's the thinnest of all layers. And another very important fact, probably more important than satellites, but I don't know that this will necessarily show up on the test or the quiz, is it's the first one that interacts with the sun's radiation, and it kind of dissipates a little bit of that heat so that we stay at the proper temperature. So again, if you're doing this at home, you can just draw this out. I think there's even a space on your vocabulary this week to draw this out as well. Is that correct? I think I remember putting that in there where you're kind of drawing the layers of the atmosphere, and you can use it like this way as well. So here's all the notes that you need for the Exosphere, and we will put our next layer on here in just one moment. If we look at the way that we remember this, Grayson, everybody thank Miss Saunders today, right? The thank starts with a TH. What layer of the atmosphere should we be cutting? Grayson, why are our hands up? Should we be cutting out next that we're going to put on top of this one? Thermosphere. Now, I want you all to pay very close attention to me. As you are cutting out the thermosphere, if you glue the entire back of the thermosphere and stick it on here, will you ever be able to fold down the thermosphere? No. So you'll notice right around here. Watch what I'm going to take my quote-unquote glue, my purple Elmer's glue, and I'm going to run it about like this. Does everybody understand what I just did with my glue on the page here? I know it's not glue, but you can understand what I'm doing, yes? That's where the glue goes, and then you're going to put the thermosphere on top of that. So, Gabby, do you see my thermosphere that I cut out? I mean, I know I'm doing it on the board, but can you see how I cut it out? I did this with the mouse, by the way, which is really hard to do. I'm going to paste it just like this. So yours should look similar to what mine does, if you paste it on top just right. So, Anna, I think this is going to be like an important lesson for us because we spend a lot of time working on stuff for me when I say, watch the videos, go through Nearpod, and take notes, right? And then I see some people that do nothing. Well, that's not what I asked for. Then I see some people with like, hey, Mr. Bowens, I need a new notebook. Don't you have a 6-subject notebook? Yeah, I wrote that many notes. Whoa, time out. You wrote way too much. Do I really need to write the layer just under the exosphere when it literally is just under the exosphere? No, I don't need to write that because that's kind of pointless. Do I need to write the word? Remember when we said that we would start to learn that you don't get colder as you go up? No, these are like things that I might talk to you about while I'm teaching. It's not a fact that I need you to remember. Do I need you to write down the Greek word therme? No. You can write this. I'm just going to copy that and put it, whoops, in the wrong box there. I don't know why it types in white like anybody would ever type anything in white font. It gets extremely hot. I'm just going to actually take off like all this. Like 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit hot. That's good so far, right? Important facts. So to put that it gets extremely hot, I think that's important. I think this is very important. The International Space Station orbits here. So I'm going to come back into here, put that into my notes. The International Space Station. Somebody said, can I put ISS? If you know what that means, If I hear ISS, because I'm a teacher, I don't think International Space Station. I think in-school suspension. That's what they call it. So I would read that incorrectly. I don't think I'm allowed to send you to space for in-school suspension.
That would be fun. Take me to
Yeah, then people would be mean on purpose. All right. This is extremely important, right? The aurora borealis or the northern lights occur here. That's going to be on the test. That's going to be on the quiz. There we are, typing in white font again. I do not know why it defaults to that every time. Is there anything else about the thermosphere that I really need to write down? No, I think we're good to go. We can stop right here. Miriam, would it make sense for me to white glue all over thermosphere and glue something right on top of it?
No.
No, so again, I'm taking my Elmer's glue, the purple stuff, and I'm just going to go like right here. Everybody good? Everybody good with the purple glue at just about in that area? What layer of the atmosphere should I be cutting out next that's going to go? So everybody think there's something that should go on top of this. That's the next layer. Carson. Mesosphere. Cut out the mesosphere. Everybody think misses. So we're cutting out the mesosphere right now. So Sam, I have cut out my mesosphere layer. I'm going to place it just over that glue that I just put on there. And I'm going to leave it approximately right there. Now, I've glued down my mesosphere, and you're going to notice something on here, Colton. I don't have like 4,000 notes. It's the coldest layer of the atmosphere. Okay. But honestly, and I did this in the last class, I could italicize, underline, if I could click bold without, there we go, bold, italicize, it won't let me bold it, whatever, because the recording thing's in the way. Underline, italicize, and bold it. I can guarantee you this will be on the quiz. I can guarantee you this will be on the test. I can guess that it will be on the benchmark in the EOGs. But this is the most important fact about the mesosphere. Everybody think misses mesosphere meteors. We talked about all the M's yesterday in this layer. Meteors burn up in the mesosphere. All right, so everybody, exosphere, thank goodness, thank starts with a TH and so does thermosphere. Mrs. stands for the mesosphere. I have a layer coming up next, Kaylee. I know it starts with an S because everybody thank Mrs. Saunders. What layer should I be cutting out of my packet next? The stratosphere. The stratosphere. Now remember, you're just putting your glue just along the bottom here and putting the stratosphere on top of that. Henry, can you see how I've cut out the stratosphere and how I'm going to glue it just on top of the mesosphere? Do you see that? There we go. Everybody knows what we're doing. Get that done. So we have the stratosphere put down where it's supposed to go. And if we look at our notes, everybody thank Miss Saunders, stratosphere. Do I need to put the stratosphere as an extreme change in temperature from the top to the bottom? No. At the base, it's cold. No. This is important, though. The ozone layer is located in the stratosphere, and it protects the Earth from UV rays. So I'm going to copy that and put that in here because I would say that's probably the most important fact about the stratosphere. And so again, we got off easy in the mesosphere, right? We didn't have to write a whole lot. We're writing a little bit more in this one. The ozone layer is located, you could put here, but in the lower portion of the stratosphere. The ozone layer protects the Earth from the sun's UV rays. That is very important about the stratosphere. If I had to put one more important fact on here, Carter, I mean, the ozone layer is easily the number one. But planes do fly in the very lowest portion. Now, it's very weird. You'll notice that the plane is located on the next picture. See how it's here on the troposphere? Understand that it is at the very, very bottom of the stratosphere. It's not like they're like way up in it. And I'm not too certain that should be a hot air balloon. It should probably be a weather balloon would be a better example of that. I don't know that you're like soaring through. You might go up so that you're avoiding, again, like a plane, the very bottom portion of the stratosphere. But we're not where that guy was yesterday jumping out with the Red Bull parachute, right? That's weather balloon height. Again, different layers of the atmosphere that we have, that we have going on there. So Samantha, it's a very hard question to miss, especially since you've been cutting them out and pasting them because the answer is very obvious. Exosphere's on here, Thermosphere's on here, Mesosphere's on here, Stratosphere on here. Everybody think Miss Saunders. I need the today portion. What's the only layer that we have left to put on top of this? The Troposphere. Again, being very careful, just put the glue down here at the bottom so that you can unfold this later. And you're going to put the Troposphere just on top of that. Rachel, we got lucky with the Mesosphere. Didn't have to write a lot, right? We wrote a bunch in the Stratosphere. Now we're back to writing very little again. Troposphere. Well, that's the layer we live in. Duh, it's the closest to Earth. And second, weather occurs here. That's the only two things I'm asking you to put on there for Troposphere. And now we have the E for everybody, TH for thank, M for Mrs., S for Saunders, and T for today. Everybody thank Miss Saunders. Today is the easy way for us to remember the layers of the atmosphere. Just for Hunter, we'll come back into the video and say now that we've finished, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that you'll know when Mr. Bullens has made another fascinating, super awesome science video.